Well, Bruce, it is terrific to see you. How does it feel to be back in Derby?
Well, it's great to be back here because it's for a very special occasion. It's 50 years since we won the First Division Championship. And winning a championship is not easy. It takes a fantastic amount of teamwork, team spirit, training, good mentality, good support from the management and coaches, great teamwork from the players, and being able to deliver performances that win matches. And winning the championship is not easy. And to win, they won 71, of course, and to win again in 74-5, and to be part of it is exceedingly special, very much so.
What was it that made this team so special?
I think there was a fantastic positivity from the top. The manager, Des Anderson, Jimmy Gordon was here for a short spell, but Gordon Guthrie, and the support that we had from them was so positive. There was no negativity whatsoever. In Dave's eyes, every day was a great day. And if you had a disappointing performance, which we had on occasions, he wouldn't dwell on it for one moment. We had to move on. And the team was talented. You can't win without having talented players who produce performances and deliver what's expected of them. And in the front line, of course, we had Francis Lee, Kevin Hector, Roger, and we had Jeff Bourne. And then we had probably the greatest crosser of a ball you'll ever meet in football, Alan Hinton. I mean, phenomenal. And then in behind, we had a group of players, Archie, Gemmell, Henry Newt and myself, Stevie Powell. And we had roles to play. My role was basically to get forward and try to score goals. And I had players like Henry Newton, who would be there for me when I went forward. We had Ronnie Webster, Rod Thomas, and also Toddy, and Ticker Daniel came in for Roy and played exceptional that year, absolutely exceptional. And then you have another world-class player in David Nish, and a goalkeeper that many people might forget his name, but played every single match, as I did, through the whole season. I mean, and having been a manager for many years, I now know what it takes. Good players, top-class players, collect strikers. My chief scout always said to me, Bruce, collect strikers, because they're the ones that score the goals. So whether it's an out-and-out striker or whether it's a goal scorer, and we can go back to talk about people like Frank Lampard who scored goals, Paul Scholes, they're goal scorers and they contribute to the team. And we had that capability. And when I looked through the schedule recently, with 2 points for a win, you never really broke away or were detached. There's a big difference in that. But I think we came to the last 11 games, and I think we lost one of those games. But our Easter programme was sensational. Burnley, Luton, Manchester City, Wolves. And we came from 8th, 9th into the top 2, top 3, and then we went to the top with 4 games left. And it was not easy nobody could run away with the league with 2 points for a win. There was a lot of evenness in the league. But we came good at the right time. And from those memories, going into management, I always said to my teams, when we go into the last part of the season, the run-off or playoffs, we have to be in good form. If you're in good form, you've got a chance of winning. If your form's not good, you'll struggle. So we came into the end of the season in really good form. And one of the crucial games, I think, was Middlesbrough away, when we were losing 1-0 and then a square pass on the halfway line from Stuart Bone, Middlesbrough centre-back, was intercepted, and King Kev breaks down the middle and slots it home late in the game, and we come away with a point. And that's what your goal scorers do for you. And you keep alert and persevere. And that just took us on to the last few games of the season. So memorable. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's memorable.
The night that you won the title, clinched the title, was a night like this in many ways. The awards nights were going on. What are your memories of that evening and the moment you found out?
Well, my wife was expecting the first child, so she was out here. And we were sat on the tables, and I believe Sam Longston was at Main Road watching the game. And on the tables was champagne, and we were told and ordered not to open or touch the champagne whilst we wanted to, but we weren't allowed to touch it. And then the phone call came through from Mr. Longston to where we were having dinner that Manchester City got the result, and that we knew we were champions. And after that, of course, we had some players here who could celebrate. They really could celebrate, and the champagne corks went. And I'm often asked, what can I remember about the last game of the season? Not a lot. Not a lot. It's one of those games where you thought, I think somebody got substituted. I'm not sure. And it's one of those games you thought, he's a lucky devil. He's gone off because we've all got headaches from the couple of nights before. But it's what we came here for. It's what I came here for. I was at Aston Villa. I had an unbelievably fantastic relationship with my coach, Ron Wiley, and Vic Crow. And they were the people who generated the move here. I lived in Sutton Coldfield, so just along the A38 was a 30-40 minute drive. And they directed me to a club that had won a championship previously, had a lot of talent, a lot of ability, but more so they said to me, this is a team that suits your style, which I thought was important. And we came here, and yeah, it's just magnificent. It's a magnificent feeling to win a championship, and it's not easy. I've been in management all my life and career after playing. It's not easy to get a promotion, but to win a championship in the highest level, it takes an enormous amount of effort, team spirit, camaraderie, and for the supporters, it's priceless, and we need them. And I told the little story in the Rams Trust programme this week when I was a player at Everton. Bill Shankly had not been allowed to go back to Liverpool, so he came to the training ground at Everton. And every morning I used to go down and sit with him and have a chat to him. And he would cover many different topics with me. And one day he said to me, son, don't forget the supporters. They are priceless. You need the supporters. They are everything to us. He said, I'll tell you a story. I was in the dressing room at Anfield. He said, we're about to go out to play. And I opened the dressing room door and I said to the team, listen to that. And they were singing, You'll Never Walk Alone. And that was his team talk. That's how big a part the supporters play in the success of a club. Huge. We must never forget that.
Just finally, you've talked about the squad, the players, unbelievably talented players, but they were some great characters as well. Tell me about some of the characters in that side that you won the title with.
Well, you had Nishi, who was a character. Toddy would take the mickey out of you all day long. His best mate at the time, who he lived with and came in training with, Archie Gemmell, would give you so much stick, it was untrue. I know when I joined the club the first time around, and we were doing a warm-up, first couple of days doing a warm-up, and as I'm warming up doing the exercises, I heard them say to each other, what a waste of money this is. Who spent money on him? I mean, he's ridiculous. He's hopeless. So you think, gee, what are they talking about? And then you come out a couple of days later and you make a bad pass in a five-a-side and they go, the sooner we get rid of him, the better. And you realise, I was 26, I'd been the captain of Aston Villa. But you think, wow, they're testing you. They're testing you. And you had to grow into that new environment. And they'd come through the Brian Clough era, where they'd won championships and different era, but they were strong mentally in terms of playing. And then we had Francis Lee, who came along, fantastic addition to the team, incredible addition to the team. Alan Hinton. I remember once, not long after I'd been here, I went out to the left wing, the free kick on the left wing, and I went out to take the free kick, which I did at Villa. And he said to me, what are you doing here? I went, I've come to take the free kick. He went, you don't take free kicks in wide positions. I'm the best crosser of the ball in the country. I take free kicks on these areas. He went, you take them around the 18-yard box. So you thought, blimey, O'Reilly. I mean, that's how it was. And he was right, because in my career later on, when I had free kicks as a coach, I put my best deliverer on the free kick, and but there were strong characters, and but it was, yeah, I was a strong character, come through my family life. Father 30 years in the Scots Guards, regimental sergeant major, with brothers in the military as well. But you're in a new club. You're in a new club, and you've got to find your feet in a new club, and they're testing you. And the fact that they had the success previously as well was in their favour. But came through it, and as we can see tonight, where we are, we're all together again, bar one or two that are sadly not with us, and it's extremely special. So the memories will live forever for us, for sure.